Hey, this is John from Bear Bull Traders, and I want to review my best and worst trade for 19 April 2021. As always, if you could like this video, subscribe to our channel, or drop us a comment, that's always appreciated. My best trade today was on GameStop. GameStop had a high day of 172 exactly. It had a volume at entry of 4.9 million shares and an RVOL of 130%. It was kind of in play today because Tesla was in the news for a bad crash with one of its cars. Had a great high day at an exact dollar level. So I really like to see high days at exact dollar levels. In this case, it's 172 even. So that's a great place to break out of. Great place for a big ask to build up for a pop. We had 1 minute volume building nicely on the entry. You can see it dropped off a bit here, then it builds, and then it was building nicely to 172. Though some of this volume here is the break of 172 happening where the large ask is sitting. So, but it was still building up, and we could see that happening. The SPY was nicely in my direction. It had sold off at the beginning and then sort of consolidated sideways, and it was trending back up. It was just below its low of the pre-market, which is this purple dotted line here. I actually caught a piece of the large ask at 172 as it was breaking down, which is kind of a perfect entry for me. You can see the ask hit the level 1. It comes up to the top of essentially your level 2. It becomes the ask on offer, and it started to break down. You can see that happening. I hit buy. I caught an entry at exactly 172, and I tried to get a first 50% partial near 174 because you can see the pre-market high sitting right here as well. Pre-market high was 174.24. And I could see this being a point of resistance. So I actually got 173.71, not too bad given the way Tesla jumps around. And then I would have liked to let it run some more, maybe get another couple bucks out of it if it was going to do that. The problem is you get this 175 level sitting here. It's a $5 level. I expected this to be problematic for Tesla. So when it got up there, I took another 50% off at 174.82. And actually it hit a high of 175.20, and that, as I'm making this video right now, that is currently the high of the day for Tesla. Again, yeah, the price kind of fought with the pre-market high, but it couldn't get past it, and I was all out at 172.02. My worst trade today was on PayPal. Had a high day of 268.42. In contrast to Tesla, there's nothing special about that. Volume is much lower, 900,000 shares, and an RVOL of 80%. It's not terrible volume this time of day. This was my first trade of the day, so maybe I was a bit eager to get into something, given that it was, I think, it was almost 10 o'clock by the time I entered this trade. Again, nothing special about 268.42 really. I did like the exponential looking move to the high day, so we have a nice kind of punch up to the high day here, punch right through this S3 Camarilla pivot. Yeah, so I like the fact that it might break away from here. If we can break, the reason S3 on my charts are green because it represents breakout points. And I was thinking, maybe if we're lucky, we could even have PayPal try to go green on the day. But also where I was trading into yesterday's low at 268.59, that's this red dotted line here. So that's a great price range to get into. You start to get into yesterday's prices, but you have to get in there first, and it didn't quite want to do that here today. I got an entry at 268.54, and I didn't like this because what happens is I'm buying on the ask, and 268.50 is a $0.50 level. Dollar levels and $0.50 levels matter a lot for these expensive stocks, and that puts me buying above the $0.50 level. But when I looked at the bid right after I bought, it was still down in the 268.30s, the high 30s, and I kind of felt like that really wasn't a very good entry. Immediately took about a 0.6R hit, and that got bought back up, but then it dropped off again, and I really didn't like the way this felt. This really wasn't the stock I necessarily wanted to be in today either. And then I saw the SPY start to drop off here, and this given the other candles that the SPY had produced throughout the day, this one's kind of nasty, broke right through VWAP, and decided to just get out, take the smaller loss. So I bailed with a negative 0.6R loss, and the SPY did continue to fade pretty hard actually, and PayPal went with it. So those are my best and worst for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.